Welcome back to my channel to a digital night vision review. Today it's the Acpotel NV30 model. Now this model is capable of taking photos and videos both daytime and nighttime. This unit will allow you to see in complete darkness. I'm going to do a quick unboxing. I'll show you what the unit looks like. I'll give you my first impressions after seeing it for the first time, but then I'll put this to work. I'll show you sample photos and videos from the daytime and then of course at nighttime. We'll check how far can you actually see at nighttime, and I'll hopefully capture some wild animals or animals around the farm here in complete darkness with this unit. Let's check out what we get inside the box. So it is the Acpotel, and it is their NV30. Here's some more information and the specs of the unit if you want to pause this here. Inside the box it does come in its own semi-hard case. Here is the unit itself. Take a closer look at that in just a second. You also get a lens cloth, shoulder strap, USB cord, and of course the instructions. So let's take a closer look at the unit itself. As you can see here, the size of it compared to my hands. It does have navigation buttons here for your menu and your settings. Here are adjustment rings for your focus. Around the front is the viewing lens. Just has a cap that you can remove. This is your IR illuminator, and the battery is installed there. It comes pre-installed with a rechargeable battery. Around the front here is your eyepiece and your viewing screen. It does have a rubber coupling on there that you can press up against your eye. On the bottom, it does have a 1/4-20 mount, so you can choose to put this on a tripod to get steadier shots. On the bottom here is a port where it has a pre-installed micro SD card, and there is your USB port. Well, it's been approximately 2 months since that unboxing that you just saw, and spoiler alert, this is probably the best digital night vision that I've ever used, and I've tested a lot of these units over the years. I'll be getting into some of the reasons why I think this is the best unit I've ever used in just a little bit. One of the things is it has a Sony sensor, has a top-of-the-line crystal clear photos and videos, which I'm going to show you samples in just a bit. This unit also offers optical zoom. In fact, it's quite unique to have a unit that actually allows you to optically zoom. Most units you can just simply digitally zoom. That's prone to pixelation. In other words, when you digitally zoom in on these units, it can get really fuzzy in a quick hurry. This unit offers optical zoom, allows you to zoom in on a subject or an object, gives you a crisp, clear, close-up view, whether you're taking photos or videos. So combine that optical zoom along with the Sony sensor. This thing gives some really high quality photos and videos. But first I wanted to touch on just some of the functions. Easy to operate once you get on to what each of these buttons do. You can first start off by powering on the unit by pressing and holding the power button. It takes approximately 3 seconds of holding. The unit powers up. Next you can go into the menu. You press and hold this menu button. 3 icons pop up in the lower left hand corner. You can click on the gear icon. This brings up the whole list of menu, different options you can change and customize for your particular use. One thing I'll note is it gives you 3 different displays. This doesn't affect the function of the unit, but allows you to customize the view you get in the viewfinder. You can select the gaming feature, the pro feature, or turn that off. That's simply, again, just the display you see through the viewfinder. You can also short press the menu button, and this will allow it to change from photo mode to video mode. If you short press the menu button again, this takes you to playback mode, where you get to view your photos or videos that are already on the SD card. Another thing is to press the arrow buttons up or down. This allows you to digitally zoom, and you can digitally zoom up to 60x. The last feature I'll touch on is how to change it from daytime mode to nighttime mode. Simply press the button at the front of the unit and that changes it from daytime to nighttime. It also turns on the IR illuminator. Once the IR illuminator is turned on, you also have 4 different settings. Simply by keep clicking that button at the front of the unit, it will increase the strength of the IR illuminator. Few other things I wanted to touch on before I show you the sample photos and videos. That is the 3 turn wheels here in the front of the unit. One of them operates your optical zoom, allows you to zoom in or zoom out. The middle one controls the aperture of this camera. In other words, it opens up or closes and allows more or less light into your camera. This is a manual function, extremely handy. If you're using it in the daytime and it gets cloudy or towards nighttime, you can simply adjust that aperture, and at nighttime you can open it up to a 1.4 f-stop. This allows the maximum amount of light in. It really does make a difference and allows you to see in complete darkness in conjunction with the IR illuminator. Another feature that this unit offers, the IR illuminator can be adjusted from a flood mode to a spotlight. You can simply pull it in and out, and this focuses the IR beam, or you can back it out and put it into flood mode. If you're looking at something up close, flood seems to be the best. If you're looking in the distance and you want to concentrate that IR illuminator, you get a much smaller beam and it seems to go further. You can zoom that in right here on this unit. Next, I'm going to show you some of the sample videos that I've been taking with this unit over the past couple of months. Start out with some daytime pictures. Here's the picture of a mountain and a cell tower that's approximately 5 miles away. This is what it looks like in the daytime, and this is what it looks like in the nighttime. Here's another comparison. My cows out on pasture. It can't be a complete night vision review without showing my cows. Here they are in the daytime. Here's that exact same view, but only at night. Here's another good example of daytime footage. Some deer that are approximately 300 yards away. As you can see, the optical zoom comes in extremely handy, gives you a nice close-up view and very good video quality. The last comparison I'll show you is the tree stand. First, I'll give you the daytime view of this tree stand, and then the nighttime view. So you've seen the unboxing. I've showed you different features and functions of this unit. You've been seeing sample videos both daytime and nighttime. It's now time for my final thoughts. There's a lot of positives I have to say about this unit. A couple of negatives I'll also share with you. So let's get started. I like this unit. It gives crystal clear video, especially at daytime. It is by far the best quality video that I've ever received from these digital night vision. Tested a lot of different makes and models, and this is impressive. That Sony sensor really stands out, gives you excellent quality. I was impressed. Number 2, positive, optical zoom. Very few digital night visions offer optical zoom. This unit does give you that option to optically zoom. It is nice and smooth, allows you to zoom in good and close and get a nice, clear video or picture. The third positive, it has a rechargeable battery. Some of these units, digital night visions, make you put in AA batteries. This unit has a rechargeable battery. It operated for several hours at nighttime on the highest IR setting. You can simply bring it back in, plug it into a USB, charge it up, and you're good to go. Another positive is that focus wheel. It works very well in this unit. It allows you to get a nice focused picture or video. This also allows you to use it indoors or something close up, or outdoors, and if something's 200-300 yards away, you can easily focus using that focus wheel. The NV30 also offers 2 1/4-20 mounts, one on the side and one on the bottom. This allows you to attach it to a tripod. I highly suggest using a tripod because this will give you a very sturdy video while you have it in video mode. Another positive is its viewing screen. If you look at the front of the unit, I think it's 50mm, and then you look into the display screen that's showing what the camera's seeing. This is one of the largest and clearest display screens I've ever had on a digital night vision. Very clear, large, easy to see. That's all positives in my book. That's a lot of positives. It's probably the best unit I've ever used, but are there any negatives? Well, 2 come to mind. They're not huge, but they were definitely negatives in my book. The controls on the top of the unit, your menu, changing it from photo to video, digitally zooming, none of them are clearly marked. They have little symbols and icons on it, but it took me a bit to figure out what each one meant and what each one does. So for me, again, I wish they were clearly marked, maybe with words on it instead of these symbols. I just was not sure what those symbols meant. It took me a little bit to figure it out. The second thing I'm going to put in the negative column, again, I'm hesitant to put it there simply because I don't know what they could do to make it better. That is the IR Eliminator Zoom. Now it works well, you can zoom it in and out to get that spotlight or flood effect, but it's pretty hard to grab a hold of that with 2 fingers and slide it in and out. Not only is the location not easily able to access, but just to get my fingers on there and to pull it in and out was a little difficult. Now this isn't a huge deal because zooming that IR illuminator is not something you do a lot, or at least I don't. For me, it's usually just a matter of picking whether I'm going to put it on flood or spotlight and then leaving it there. But if you were to be adjusting that often while you're using the unit, you will find it a little hard to grab a hold of or grip, simply because there isn't much there for your fingers to get a hold of, and it's in a little bit of a tight spot. So those were my final thoughts. Again, I've been nothing but impressed with this unit. It worked exactly as it was advertised. As you can see in the sample footage at nighttime, probably 200 or 300 yards is going to be your maximum range. You might be able to see further, especially if it's reflective or man-made, maybe metal or steel or something that has lights on it. You can see for miles, but to see like my cows out on the pasture 200-300 yards away, that's about the max distance that this unit will illuminate. Again, I can't stress how impressed I was with that Sony sensor and the type of quality photos and videos that this unit delivered. I'm going to be placing a link down in the description. There's also going to be a discount code. It's going to save you 20% off of this unit. Now this unit isn't one of the cheapest units available, but as I showed and as I've experienced, it's probably the best unit that I've ever tested. So if you use that 20% off link, couple that with the $50 coupon that's already on Amazon right now, you really can bring this unit down to an affordable price. You're getting a lot of bang for your buck. Now both that coupon code and the discount code, which can be applied together, are only good for a limited time, so keep that in mind. If you have any comments or questions, I'd love to hear from you. Maybe there's something that I didn't touch on and you're still curious about or have a question about. Please put that down in the comment section. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.